This shop's one of a kind. We never know what might turn up. Some days, it could be a grand old classic. Other days, maybe a muscle car, even a military vehicle. Some jobs are quick fixes. Others are full-blown restorations. And on occasion, million-dollar recreations. My only rule, perfection. And that's the kind of thing that we do at the Guild Garage.
So, looking forward to the show?
I am looking forward to this show. Today, Janice and I are at the Toronto Collector Car Auction. We're looking for a few good deals. You know, it'd be fun to keep them, but we're probably gonna have to flip them. So we're gonna look to see what we can pick up here with no real idea what we're gonna go home with. I mean, you never know, it's a crapshoot. This is a great auction to buy stuff at. Generally, what I found at this auction is that muscle cars and things like that go to fairly high prices. Now, sometimes the no reserve vehicles go for peanuts because there's just nobody bids on it.
11,000, returns off 11,500.
It's just an auction that I really enjoy going to because, you know, it's close to home and we see a lot of people we know.
There's a lot of old boys at this auction and they keep their hands firmly entombed inside their pockets. So you can get some really good deals. Janice and I like trucks, and we're on a bit of a truck buying binge these days. Fortunately, there's a lot of them here. Suicide doors?
Suicide doors.
Yeah.
Maybe I should jump in and just see how it feels.
Well, that's the end of that, isn't it? As soon as you get in something like that, it's not a resale vehicle, right?
I like it.
Yeah. I do, too.
This would be nice. We sold the Mercury. We need a truck.
Yeah. Yeah, because we only have a 7 or 8. We're low on trucks this year.
We need...
It's largely original, and it runs nicely. It's really charming inside. It's been a single owner for a long, long time, so we're going to take a run at it.
I was going to go with 25.
The trouble is, you know, we're very, very early in the auction, and you just don't want to start blowing all the cash at the beginning because then you regret it later on.
27,000 twice. He said no one has said sold 26,500.
God, what a day. Awesome.
So what do we got to do to this thing?
I have no idea. What is Dave towed in here now? Where the hell did this thing come from? What is it? Little old dozer.
What a contraption.
My God, what year is this thing?
I recently acquired a 1923 Cleatrack. It's a little mini bulldozer. This one hasn't run for 30, 40 years, so I'm going to get Larry and Ron to take a look, see if they can fire it up.
This is going to be real interesting. We pushed a lot of things up this hill, but this is a first. Billy, you drive. You got one hand.
Well,
Okay.
there's no steering wheel, so I have no idea what this thing would weigh. 4 tons, 5 tons? Not light, that's for sure. Okay, everybody get in here. 1, 2, 3, let's get in the truck. We couldn't budge it. It didn't move an inch. I don't think we're gonna move this thing. Decided we better get something a little stronger, a little powerful to try to get this thing in the shop.
This is an old Dodge Power Wagon out back. It's a honey of an old truck.
Power Wagon belongs to Dave, so we can't break it.
And he doesn't like anybody to touch it without his okay. Check this out! Dave's Power Wagon! Well, this whole gal is just geared very low. It's got a really heavy-duty winch in the front. It's designed to pull and push and do heavy work. It's the only thing we've got a chance of even getting this thing in the shop with. Here we go, Power Wagon!
Look at this thing.
This is a brute, this old gal.
Wow, look at this.
Pure and
Excellent.
simple power.
Yeah. What's in this thing? A straight 6?
Yeah, flathead 6. 239.
Wow.
No speed wagon, but lots of power.
No, that's right. I'll probably tow the CN tower if we wanted to. This should do the trick. Should pull it, I would think.
So we're working on the Chrysler 300B. We're going to take the seats out because there's a problem with the cushioning on it. We're going to see if that's the foam or the springs or whatever it is that needs to be fixed. The customers complain about it being too soft on the seat, especially on the driver's side. But we have to beef the whole thing back up so it's even all the way across. Springs don't seem to be too rusted. This is broken here. taking the seat apart, and there's a guide wire that holds all the springs together, and this piece has been broken in 3 places, so we have to put a new bar in there, which holds all the springs together. What we're gonna try and do is make the same bends as we got in the original piece to make the right bend for the seat.
Ready? All right.
That seems to be fitting good, because the last wire had cardboard wrap around it, and that just keeps it from making any noise when you're sitting on the springs. So we'll wrap the spring before we hog ring it, make sure there's no noise. And that seems to be fitting good, firm.
All right, I'm ready. It's going. Perfect, looks good. It's coming good, looking good. Oh, something's going on here.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going on here.
Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. What happened?
I don't know, it was working perfect, and then all of a sudden it started to shake a little bit up here or something, and I don't know if it's the U-joint here, the front, the PTO drive.
I'm in big here. I'm using Dave's truck without his permission. Now I feel sick. I hope I didn't break this thing. If it's not a simple fix or something simple that's broken, I'm gonna have to fix it. I guess I'll get underneath, get some cardboard and see what I can see. Hopefully it's something simple. God, I hope it is. Oh boy.
Janice and I are at the Toronto Classic Car Auction. There's been some really nice trucks rolling across the block, but so far we haven't bought one. We've sort of been keeping to our limits.
I saw this in the catalog.
This is nice. I like this.
Yeah, I like this too.
There's an old Indian bike here. I don't know that it makes a lot of sense financially, but it is just too cool to leave behind. Indian Motorcycles was founded in 1902. That was about a year before Harley-Davidson got going. During the Second World War, they concentrated mainly on building bikes for the military. So this 1940 Consumer Chief is a pretty rare bird.
It's a nice old bike. It's pretty complete. 10, 12, I mean, I think I'd go to 15 on that. And the sidecar,
Sidecar's neat.
yeah, maybe I might go $5 on this. You know, when are you gonna get an Indian sidecar?
Sidecar and the Indian go together. They've divorced them to sell them separately.
We'll try to get the pair, and if I just get one, well, I'm not gonna buy that without that.
Good, that's good.
Indian Chief, 1940, SP 129, a rare Indian.
20. We'll get 20, middle, 20, middle, 20,000. We'll get 5 in the middle, 75. I get 5 middle, 75, 50, 10. I get 75, 8, 9. I'll take middle, 9,000, 9,000, 10,000. Middle, 12, 11, 5. 11, middle, 11, 5.
You know what? I know I'm going home with it because I'm not going to let anybody beat me unless it gets really silly.
11,000. The reserves off. 11, 5, 11, 12, 12, 5. I get 12, middle, 12, 5. Roll out. I get 12, middle, 12, 5.
It's down to me and one other guy. The bike would be mine by now, but they keep on chasing this other bidder to get him to up his bid.
12, 5. I get 12, middle, 12, 5, 13. 5. I get 12, middle, 12, 5, 13. 13, 5. 13, middle, 13, 5, 5, 5, 13. Are you bidding it back here? 13, 5. Yes or no? 13, 5. The gavel's up. So $13,000, you got it here. $13,000, thank you.
Well, thank you. Would you stop encouraging other people to spend their money? Stop it.
Indian Motorcycle Sidecar. Sidecar.
As great and rare as this bike is, it would be so much cooler with a sidecar and worth a lot more money as well. I'm a little vulnerable right now because people know I want this sidecar and they may just be bidding to up the price on me. I gotta play this cool. I watched 3 multi-millionaires ramming the price of it. Duesenberg, they got it up another $0.8 million because they knew the guy wasn't going to give up on it.
25, 3. I get 25, I get 35, middle of 4,000. I get 35, middle of 4, reserves off. I get 35, middle of 4,000. I get 35, there it goes. They're going to sell it. Going what? Going price. All done. Sold. 3,500, you got it. 3,500 now.
All right. Scarlett, let her sign.
Okay.
But I'll usually run a string across the middle of the springs. So when you're pushing down on the springs, all the springs work together. You see the back's nice and tight now. Just gives that firmness to the seat, and the leather lasts a lot longer. So let's take it over to the side a little bit, nice and straight. Yeah, we don't have to put too many hog rings.
Why do you call these hog rings?
because I'm hogging all the fun. I don't know why they call them hog rings. They should call them barrel of monkey rings. Hey, got the felt. I'm kind of noticing here that this is a little bit loose. So usually on an older leather seat, the leather will start to sag a little bit and stretch out. So we'll have to put something under the seat to stabilize the seat so it's all nice and firm, plus it looks nice and smooth. So what I'm gonna do is take these 4 out, fold it down, put a piece of foam from there to there. Now just give it a little bit of something in there.
Going.
Well, we thought we'd use the boss's truck to tow this old Cleat-Track Bulldozer into the shop today, and then we got it halfway up the hill and something broke.
Oh, something's going on here.
Uh-oh.
It could be a whole number of things. The winch itself, the drum, the gearbox, the power drive, could be an umpteen dozen different things causing a problem.
After checking the winch and the spool, it looks okay. So I went underneath and checked the shear pin at the PTO takeoff. Usually in most power takeoff systems, it has a safety shear pin. If there's too much load on the system or a shock, this is designed to break. In this case, this one's okay, so I'm going to have to move on to the next one. Now this is the front of the drive shaft. So there's one more shear pin in this system. It's right here. And it looks like it's out a little bit, so I'm hoping it's broken there. I'm going to try and pull it out and see what happens. Oh! There you go, she's broke, yay! It's an easy fix, and Dave will come home and his truck won't be broke. I was freaking there for a bit, like if something serious had broke, I had to explain to the boss why I took it upon myself to use his truck to do something that he didn't authorize for me to do.
So far, Janice and I have placed winning bids on the Indian and the Sidecar, but we're not done yet.
Well, this is an odd thing.
Yeah, I love these. They're such an oddball. And they didn't make very many of them, eh?
This old Dodge pickup truck is by no stretch good looking or elegant, but it's pretty cool.
Very disco.
Oh, no!
Isn't that freaking gross? Look at the stitching on this, okay? It's awful. It's like somebody just went to the parts bin and started slapping bits and pieces on an old truck chassis. This is like it was done in Italy. You got the tailgate, you got the sides of the box, you got the roll of the box, and let's slam the quarter panel off a car right over top of the box. No, it just needs some work, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's a cool truck.
The 50s were great for Dodge pickup trucks. They had their first V8 engines, automatic transmissions, power brakes, power steering. Some of them, like this one, had fins on them. There was wraparound glass in the back. They were just really nice trucks.
So you know what? I feel really comfortable buying this. Not everybody has to like it. There's only one person of the 7 billion people on Earth has got to love this truck and buy it off me for more than I paid for it, and I'll be happy. So I think on this one, 20.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Was it? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we'll take this to 20, and if anybody goes above 20, well, they've got themselves a nice truck. Is it? Oh, it's no reserve, so it's gonna sell.
It wasn't a big problem with the Power Wagon, just a sheared pin. We got it fixed, we got the Cleat-Track in the shop, so now we got to figure out why it won't run. I think I'll pull the plugs out now, have a look at those. It'll tell me a lot about how the engine was running the last time it ran at any rate. The spark plug can stop an engine from running if it becomes fouled for whatever reason, either fuel or too much oil. Oh, there's an oil guy there. That was that number 4 cylinder with the bad valve guide. This guy is just soaked with oil. Compared to a plug that's relatively normal, see the gap? This gap is bridged. This is a dead cylinder, so I'm going to clean these plugs. I'm going to dry these plugs off. They don't look too bad. Put them back in. Tighten them up. Okay, now I have to get Ron over here and we'll test for spark. Because without that, nothing's happening either.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an extreme rarity.
This Dodge half-ton's up on the block now. It's not pretty, but it's really neat.
What's that?
There's a time and a place to go over your limit. Lately, vintage trucks have been pretty hot, so we're just gonna keep going.
I got 24 and 25.
Yeah. 25.
26, 25, 26, 25, 26. I get 25, give it to 26, 25, give it to 26, 27. I already got 26 on the floor, gotta be 27.
Yeah.
I get 26, give it to 27, now 28.
Hey, there's 30,000.
28.5.
Broke there, 29, 28.5, 29. I get 25 on the 29, 29, 35,
30,000, 30, 30, bump them all there.
That's it.
30, 30.
30,000, 31. I get 30, give it to 31. Come on, 42 something. 31. I get 30, 31, 32. I get 31, 40. Your other bidders out. 32. I get 31, give it to 32. I get 31, give it to 30, give it to 32.
31.5.
I get 31, give it to 32. I get 31.
That's nice, you know. 31.5.
32 once. 31,
23, 23 US.
31, give it to call.
Yeah.
31, 5, 32. 31, 5, 32. 32, 5, 32,
32, 5.
32, 5, 30 on the call. 32, 5,
All right.
33. 32, 5, 33. 32, 5, go to the 33, go to the 3, go to the 3.
He's out.
So, 32, 5, take 3 out.
Ford Dodge Snake goes with the truck.
I'm glad I bought that because we would have kicked ourselves had we let that go. And right behind it is the Aston Martin Vanquish. Big 12-cylinder car, really good looking, looks to be in superb condition, sounds good. So, you know, I'm gonna take a run at this one. It's one of those cars that I'm buying as much for me as for anything else. I've always wanted one. I think I'm really willing to go to like 70, 75,000 bucks on this car.
I get 25, give it to 30,000. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30 here in the tan coat. 35 user. 32.5, I'll take it to you. 32.5, 35,000. Now 37.5. 37.5, now 40. Now 40, now 42.5. I get 44, now 44, now 44, now 45. I get 44, give it to the 40, 45,000. Gotta put it in neutral. 45, 44, give it to the 45,000. 45 once. 44,000, 45,000 twice. 44,000, 45,000, 30 on the call, 45,000. Sold, 44,000, you got it here. 44,000, thank you, 44 grand.
We had to pay more than we really wanted to for the Dodge half-ton, but we stole a Vanquish. All in all, I think we've done pretty good. We got 3 solid investments today.
Mustang.
He can sign that. He can sign that one.
Mustang.
Okay, well, we nearly broke the boss's truck trying to get the cleat track bulldozer in here. I'm hoping it's just dirty spark plugs. Well, what I've done, Ron, so far is I pulled the valve cover off and checked to see if all the valve springs and crap like that's all where it should be. It is. Now I'm all excited. This old gal hasn't run in years. Okay, throttle, ready?
Yep.
All right, ahead. Way to go, Ron. It works. I can't believe how quickly it fired up. I'm surprised it's working.
This is what we use. So I figured I'll put a 1/2-inch foam around the front bead so that it gives it a little more firmness because the leather stretches over time, and that'll fill it all in nicely. Seems to be good and solid. So once it's all together, it's good to throw the whole family in the front seat and check it out, make sure it's good and solid for the big long trips. Yeah, I can see over the handlebars.
We're bidding with our hearts today, maybe not our minds, but you know, the minds kicked in every now and then. We managed to say no at the appropriate times and walked away from some things that we had really liked to have bought. You know, sometimes the heart wins.
I like it.
This isn't like Larry's Aston Martin. This is a 12-cylinder. This is a serious car. I'm
I'm really happy. Got the Aston Martin. Wow, that's a huge win. I mean, by any rule of thumb, that's a win.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I like this.
Geez, the paint's good on this, eh?
That's in nice shape, too. I mean, it's not dirty.
I think at $44,000,
That's a good buy.
the car is worth more than that scrap value. I mean, look at how clean it is.
Yeah, the Dodge, who knows? It's just too ugly and too cool to leave behind. And, well, the Indian's a beaten-up, old, original bike. Needs all kinds of work. But Thomas isn't going to be as mad at me about bringing that in the shop to fix as he is about a big tractor. So I'm probably safe on that. And then I'm going to just muddle away at it myself this winter.
I'm pleased. Do you want to buy some more?
No.
Well, I got it back in its spot exactly where it was. I wiped my finger marks off the headlight and the hood. And if Dave comes back and says, how the hell did you guys get it in here? He's no fool, he knows we can't push it. I'm gonna tell him. I took it upon myself to use the Power Wagon because now there's nothing wrong with it. I even put gas in it for him. Good. Okay, I'm happy. Bye.